How ready is India and specifically the Indian market for a company like Chofit and CULT?
So I think building business and creating real value requires compounding over a long period of time. I think companies like CULT, which is, becoming profitable now and standing on our feet, in some ways, now the destiny is in our hands. We can afford the luxury of thinking long term. We don't need to do very short-term things just to impress some investors. So a lot of value creation for companies happen in the second decade of existence, third decade of existence. I think the entrepreneurs need to just navigate that first 10 years, get to a point where you're self-sufficient, you can really take long-term calls. And I think a lot of companies in India which are well poised to do that, and I'm sure a lot of them will, every time they do 10, 15, 20 years, they'll end up on Young Turks, which is going for a very long period of time.
As you look back today, do you feel that you find yourself more comfortable talking about your vulnerabilities, talking about things like anxiety, and so on and so forth, things that you perhaps when you were running Myntra would not have been able to do?
No, absolutely 100%. I think even when I was running Myntra, I think I was, at least my co-founders, was able to share all the anxiety, vulnerabilities, I think pretty easily. But I think, since I've just gone back to, getting involved in something very early stage, and this happened, when we started CureFood as well. It's like when companies start to do well, you forget, how hard first few years are. And I keep thinking no one in their sane mind should ever start a company. Entrepreneurship is a great adventure, but every adventure comes with its own risk profile. Things go wrong, sometimes horribly wrong. And I think people understanding that will make the ecosystem that much more healthier.
What do you believe is the number one reason why some organizations, some startups fail?
Depending on which stage, I think first 2 years is primarily founder dynamics. Like, you start and 6 months into it, you start fighting with your founders, and year down, it's like either you or me, and the company goes away. Second big reason which happens, raising too much money. I've generally seen raising too little money almost never kills the company, but too much money we have seen with the whole edtech sector, right?
Yeah.
Because what happens is, when you get so much money, you just start making all these foolish moves and there's nobody to stop you. You feel you are invincible.
A piece of advice that you have used through the course of your entrepreneurial journey that you would like to leave people with?
I think just continue to unlearn and learn. For someone like me who's been done things for last 27, 28 years, anytime, especially in a startup, thinking I know how it is done or I've arrived, that's when you start to go down. So just forgetting about most of the past and just staying grounded to keep learning and pretend like a 20-something, I think the best thing I can do.
Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it.